Thanks for staying with us. You're watching JKL live from the Kenya School of Government, discussing public service, the transformation, the challenges and the road that lies ahead. The Cabinet Secretary, the Principal Secretary, the Director General of the Kenya School of Government and the Chief Executive Officer of Huduma Kenya Secretariat on the panel. Also in our esteemed company is the lively audience here at the auditorium. Yes, Madam P.S., you had a point before we went on a break. Briefly, and then we can discuss the other topical matter.
Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to add my voice to the conversation concerning the concern that was raised by the previous message. I wish to say this. The purpose why we gather here today is to tell our fellow Kenyans our story. But most importantly was to get the feedback from the Kenyans that we serve. And for me, whether raw egg, sour egg, sweet egg, all of it is an egg. What is so pertinent is that we have received very significant feedback that should enable us to improve our systems so that we serve Kenyans and they meet all their needs that make them move all the way to a Huduma Center. So for that particular Kenyan, I say thank you for your feedback. And indeed, the next time we come here, you'll have gone to another Huduma Center and you'll have a better story to tell.
Thank you, much appreciated. Bonasia is coming to you.
Yes.
And this is very pertinent. Career civil servants versus political appointees. How is the ministry protecting the pathways for career civil servants? And look at the wealth of knowledge here from the ministry officials. These are people trained and have been through the process of the ministry. And it was an aspiration to be a principal secretary, for example, but today it's totally a different ballgame altogether. What are you doing to protect the career pathways of career civil servants?
Thank you, Ayub. Before probably I comment on that question, very important question indeed, about the customer service excellence training. We will be going to the National Assembly so that we can see whether it is possible for us to secure the training budget and be able to ring-fence that training budget so that every public servant or civil servant can be trained on this very important training in the Kenya School of Government. So money for training is critical, is important, but at the moment, the State Department or the Ministry, we don't have that budget vote, but we'll be pushing and lobbying with the National Assembly to ensure we have money for training. The jobs for the young man who mentioned about National Youth Service training, it is important to know that the government of His Excellency William Ruto has put in place a very robust framework of young people getting jobs abroad, what we are calling Job Maju, under the Ministry of Labour and the State Department of Diaspora. This is something which young people should take advantage of. And quite a number of young people in Kenya at the moment, around 400,000 young Kenyans have been able to join other Kenyans in different countries through the National Employment Authority, where you can go there and key in your information. But we are having all consultant efforts to ensure also training in NYS is an added advantage for you to get a job with the military or to get a job with the Kenya Police Service and other disciplined forces in Kenya. So NYS training is very critical. It's an added advantage. Okay. Coming to your question,
yes, please.
Public Service Commission is the institution which is mandated by the Constitution of Kenya to do the recruitment, or rather to advertise, to check on what is required in different ministries or state department or even parastatals there must be concurrence between the Public Service Commission and also recruitment. So, Public Service Commission is entrusted by our Constitution to ensure there is meritocracy in terms of promotion, in terms of training, in terms of getting recruited. And this is something which we are looking at very keenly as a ministry at the moment to ensure that as you rise through the randa, in most of the senior government officials who have taken many years, 30 years, 32 years, indeed there is a balance between those who are coming from private sector and those who are within the civil service. For instance, if you look at the ambassadors who are serving at the moment, we have a good balance as far as the ambassadors or high commissioners in working in Kenyan missions abroad. But this is an issue which...
But Bonasias, surely that list is not balanced. I mean, if you look at the nominee that the House Committee on Foreign Relations, Intelligence and Defense had rejected in 2024, the nominee to the Democratic Republic of Congo, the much he attained in life was he was a petrol station attendant.
It is true, we have some exceptional cases, Ayub, but also we have some cases, for instance, at the moment, if you look at the chairman of Public Service Commission who has just been appointed as an ambassador to Kenyan mission in Turkey. This is a career civil servant who has served this country with dedication for many, many, many years. Yes, true, there was such a case which the National Assembly came out very strongly and rejected. But also it is important to note, Ayub, that a government is politically formed. And I want to repeat that. Every government across the world is politically formed. Someone goes out there, campaign and form a government. And in this case, President William Ruto got the mandate of Kenyans to form the fifth government.
Yeah, but you don't get a bunch of incompetent persons.
I'm saying that was an exceptional.
I am very confident. Was it? Yes,
that was an exception case. And now you want to take
me back. We are doing all this knowingly.
You want to take me back to politics?
No, not politics. It's meritocracy. It's professionalism. Kenya certainly has a pool of professionals at every sector that we can simply source out from without any difficulties. But if you look at, for example, the ambassadorial list that was out in reference to your statements, it's really wanting, is it? Given at a time where the world is shifting dynamically in terms of the world order with Donald Trump at the White House and the crisis in Europe. I mean, the people we are fronting are largely wanting in terms of their foreign, even policy experience, simply put it like that.
I'm sure the list which came out just the other day is a list of professionals, very qualified, very competent Kenyans to hold those positions, and that will be coming out when they will be going through the process of vetting. It is true there was one case which did not go very well, and one single case, Ayub, should not be taken to crown, or other very qualified appointment which the president made through merit. And I can assure you, as a Minister of Public Service, I know I am under very strong instruction from the President of the Republic of Kenya to ensure that all the appointment, and this can be attested by the PS. Actually, yesterday there were 2 appointments in front of me, and I said, no, these guys, they have to come to me and get to know whether they are properly qualified for the said appointment. So we are under very strong instruction from the president that merit is the only basis of appointment, of employment, and of promotion, and nothing else. Meritocracy within the public service must be maintained and must be the clarion call.
One round next of questions. Before I throw it to Mashirima, Prof, you are a career civil servant. People like you have risen through the ranks, as many Kenyans are in different ministries. Is your career pathway or pathways, or are your career pathways under a threat through political appointments?
Thank you so much, Ayub. As a public servant, I think our career pathway is very clear in terms of, again, growth within the public service. Because appointment, again, outside come from, outside, but within the public service, there is a clarity of what we normally develop as a career guide. And career guide, Ayub, is clearly as a result of, again, growth in terms of competency development, your ability to get to the next level in terms of, again, a professional requirement and so on and so forth. As Kenya School of Government, Ayub, we have developed a series of programs from, the lowest in terms of induction to the highest in terms of a recent program we've introduced, referred to as Leadership Program for National Transformation, which is basically the highest for the top leadership, for them then to contribute to the transformation of the service. And again, Ayub, let me say this, that we realize that public service is also aging, it has aging workforce. As a result then, it seems that youth are left behind in terms of succession management. What we did as a Kenya School of Government, we developed a very comprehensive program referred to as Transformative Leadership for Youth in the Public Service, so that then we bridge the gap between what we have as a senior most program and the youth who are in the public service, so that then they be able to get the competency required for them to bring about the transformation in the public sector. So with all this, and then we also have, lastly, what we refer to as a grassroots under the 3 series leadership program, where we are taking our services closer to the people by conducting our training under the trees, literally, so that we get to the elders, persons with disability, and as well as also youth in the villages, so that then we empower them and grow them in the service.
Okay, much appreciated. Bonasio, I'll come to you, and Madam PS. Mashirima is standing by for the last round of questions.
Naam, wacha tuchukue baadhi ya maswali ambayo yamesalia kisha turejee hapo mbele. Tuanze na Pius Gitonga.
Thank you for the opportunity. My name is Pius Gitonga from the State Department of Public Service. My question is with regards to the new Human Resource Information System, which is a relatively new payroll management system that has been used to disperse payments for, I think, the last 8 months. My question is, what necessitated this new system, or what was the rationale behind it? And what advantages does it have over the systems which we had before, like IPPD, UHR, and Greece? Thank you.
Madam PS, you'll respond to that? Yeah, as we take the questions, you have noted it down. Okay, yes, please. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. My name is Cleophas from the State Department for Public Service. My question goes to the PS and the CS. It concerns the internship program. They have said the internship is purely for graduates. Is there a provision that we factor in the diploma holders? Because currently the president is championing for the TVET programs. So is it possible that also those who have taken diplomas be considered for the internships for the Officer 3, Officer 2 positions when it comes to the jobs? Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Citizen TV, for this amazing program that you brought to us. My name is Ms. Ruth Mweni from the Ministry of Cooperatives and MSMEs Development. I am happy to serve in this country as a young civil servant and grateful to His Excellency for that opportunity and on behalf of many other young people. But I stand on behalf of the young people who are outside the block, and I want to ask this question directly to the CS and the PS. One of them can decide to pick it up. So statistics show that Gen Zs under 25 occupy less than 3% of state jobs, while youth age 18 to 35 hold around 20 to 30% of government positions. Given that youth make up most of Kenya's population, what specific actions can be taken to boost government employment for young people and unlock that dormant potential, considering there's a lot of exodus for young people in Africa? And with that, I rest my case. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for this opportunity. My name is Mercy Helen from NYS. I actually have a question concerning retirement age. Like if you move in various government offices, you actually find older people in those offices. So I actually want to ask if there is a constant age of retirement, because most of us are stomaching outside because those people are not moving out.
Ayub, nadhani hilo ni swali zito sana uanze nalo.
Yeah. And that is the beauty of democracy. So who did she want to respond to the question?
I think it's to everyone there.
To everyone.
Yes.
So I begin with Bonasio. Tuanze na hilo. Yeah. Because the PS has 2 questions, the CS has 1. Or you want to respond to that?
Yeah,
yes,
let me try and respond to the issue of retirement age. At the moment, the retirement age is 60 years. And for the people living with disabilities or differently enabled, at the age of 65. But there is something which we have to look at government. We are talking about fake certificates, which government is working very hard to ensure we don't have anybody employed, whether in private sector or in public sector, using fake certificates. And quite huge number of people have been dismissed from different organizations because of that issue. But also, there is an issue which we are looking at very keenly. We have quite a number of people in public service who have relied on their age. I know that may shock some people, but I know we have some people, some element within the public service. Someone is around 63, but the details shows that 58. Someone is 64. The details shows that within the government information is 55. So I will not be surprised for what that young lady is saying. You can go to some offices, you find very old people. But when you check their details, they are still young. They are still... But it doesn't compare with what we have as record.
Yeah.
And what you see,
okay.
It's not... So this is something we are looking into keenly. And if we are able to get evidence, then we'll be working to ensure some people are placed where they belong. I
have a final question for you. I'll come to you, finish up with you. Madam Pierce, you had 2 questions as well. I'll come to you, Bonasio. Yes, please.
I'll go ahead. The first question from Gitonga concerning why the transition, in other words, from Greece, IPPD to HRIS Kenya, that process has simply been re-engineered. We have a pillar on the digital superhighway. We had no way out but to have us move into the new information system. The benefits of this system, even to you, Gitonga, is that all your data has been integrated. From your first payslip to your last payslip, when you retire and not hold on to the office to become so old people in the office, it is very clear what are you owed, and you're given whatever your dues are because you only have one identifier. So all your data is put in, IFMIS, ITAX, SHA, and all the identifiers that you have. So that makes us modern and enables us to manage our wage bill. There was another question on internship. Sorry, I did not get your name. I wish to assure you that this approach is two-faced. We began with the big brothers and sisters who were the graduates from universities, and the next phase of which is for us to move towards now the TVETs and even go below into the colleges. Madam Weni had an interesting question. The youth is the greatest asset that any nation can have. And all the youth in this room, you are our pride. When we speak about AI, I know there will be an influx of the youth in government. Who is this best person to handle that gadget? So when you speak about youth and employment in government, the AI is your era, and the time for government youth job migration, the revolution has come. Secondly, when we advertise for jobs in government, we do not put age caveats.
Okay.
So youth be encouraged to apply for those jobs. And finally, remember we have got the presidential digital jobs. Keep your eyes on it. It is such a golden opportunity, harness it. And finally, the performance contracting bill favors you. You do not have to be in service for so many years to be noticed, to be promoted. It's what you bring in. What is the input and what is the output?
Okay.
That is a beautiful gift for you in public service.
Yes, want to see you.
Ayub, just allow me to speak on one point about the retirement age.
Okay.
I think when the food is not enough, it's when the mother thinks about leaving the last bit for the kid. But when the food is enough for both for the mother and the kid, then there won't be hagglers who should leave the table last. And what I mean is that in Kenya, we need to build enough food for everyone, because Kenya invests so much in public servants, and you realize that someone may reach at age 50 and he still has so much that he can produce so much for Kenyans. But because there are young people also who need jobs, the rationale becomes that he needs to retire so that he allows a young man to take up a job. Now, supposing we focus on building a bigger cake for Kenyans, we build jobs, we build industries so that there is always a job for every graduate from any university, then the question of the retirement age will not arise. We know of countries where retirement age is at 70. And you even realize that there is no enough personnel to fill these jobs. So I think we need to change our focus, Kenyans, so that we don't think of reducing the age of retirement, but we think of building our economy, building a bigger cake for every person who still have some energy to offer Kenyans in terms of work.
Yes, Prof.
Ayub, recently, 2 weeks ago, we had a conversation with about 400 young leaders in the public service. We convened to have just a conversation with them. One of the issues which was raised is the issue of aging workforce, and yet they are very far off the ladder, and they are nowhere near in terms of, again, succession management. So one of the things they proposed was that probably they will not be in a position to take a senior program such as senior management course because of the job group. Why then can't we have a bridge program which will then prepare them to take that leadership position? In the past, Ayub, we used to have a program called Growing Our Young Leaders Program, where I think our PS has already said that the bill which is coming up favors them, because we can introduce what we used to have a higher flyer, program where you can be able to promote people based on their ability, their competency. And so as a Kenya School of Government, Ayub, we have developed a program called Transformative Leadership for Young Leaders in the Public Sector, to prepare them, for them to be coached, for them to be mentored, for them to be grown to take the responsibility for that leadership position when that vacancy arises, and then they'll be able to take that position. So we have that program as the Kenya School of Government.
Bwana CS, your final comments, and this is a question which is very pertinent. The Kenya Revenue Authority has advertised 200 graduate trainee positions for young Kenyans. 2 years ago, they advertised for 1,500 positions, and half of that number came from 2 communities. The High Court had to quash the appointments. It talks about the effect of nepotism. How should this be undertaken? How key should the government be regarding this?
Thank you, Ayub. All the appointment or employment in any government institution, only merit should be determine who to get a job and who not to get a job. But at the same time, we have to consider the intent and letter of our Constitution, especially when we are talking about the principles and values of public service. That Article 2 talks about fair competition and merit as the basis of appointment and promotion, but also it talks about representation of Kenya's diverse communities. Therefore, yesterday I was in a place called Royal Karani in Marsabit, in Raisamis. And there's a community known as El Moro community. And they were complaining, saying that they are not included. They only talked about 2 people who are senior in government, one working at the National Assembly, and the other one I can't remember. And they're saying they have young people who are educated, who have English. So they must be balanced, and our Constitution gives us an opportunity to ensure that such a balance is achieved through the representation of Kenya's diverse communities, but at the same time ensuring there is fair competition and merit as the basis of appointment and promotions. So Kenya Revenue Authority should consider and should ensure this is what is followed when it comes to appointment or recruitment of the position which they have advertised.
So what happened in 2023 is not going to happen?
And we are going to follow this very keenly as a ministry. And of course, President of the Republic of Kenya has called upon all government institutions to ensure there is no corruption, there is no issues to do with canvassing and all roping and all these manner of things. Is very clear to the executive, is very clear to other agents, to other arms of government, is very clear.
Thank you.
And that is exactly what we are going to ensure it's going to.
Asante, much appreciated. We are 4 minutes to Thursday. We came here on Wednesday. I want to appreciate you guys. Madam PS, I give you 30 seconds to finish up.
Thank you so much. As Kenyans, public servants and civil servants, we must face our challenges head on. As we do that, we should remember to build very strong, transparent, and inclusive service in our beautiful country, Kenya. The conversation continues. To those in the audience and the viewers at home, get onto our website. There is a survey. We want to hear more from you so that we can serve you better. Let us move forward together and let us build Kenya together.
Thank you. Asante sana. And allow me now to get to Mashirima Kapombe, who is where we all started. Many thanks, Bwana CS. Asante sana. Bwana DJ, thank you for hosting us. Much appreciated. Bwana CEO, asante sana. And Madam PS, thank you so much for your time. Over to you, Mashirima Kapombe.
Na bila shaka na asante sana kwa wale wote ambao wameshiriki. Bila shaka kuna wengi zaidi wangependa kuuliza maswali, lakini kwa sababu muda haunasi, itabidi huu mdahalo uendelee kupitia mitandao ya kijamii. Unaweza kutumia hashtag yetu ya JKL. Nami ni Mashirima Kapombe, asante sana kwa kutazama na kutakia usiku mwema.